How many times can you cut from a cut and come again salad box? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Hey there, my name is Nicole Burke and I'm so glad you're here. I'm the owner of Gardenary. Gardenary is all about making the garden an ordinary part of everyday life. So subscribe already, okay? Send us an email at hello@gardenary.com to let us know you've done so, and we have a free resource to give you. All right, let's check inside my super simple salad box. So this is a box I set up about 60 or so days ago, and I've been harvesting from it so often, at least a few times a week. Now, a lot of times I get the question after I've harvested from this garden, can you cut from it again? And the answer is yes. In fact, you can cut from it again and again and again. So these plants right here, I've harvested from probably at least 3 times. Now you can see some of them are starting to bolt. So when I look at the plant, I can see where I've harvested from. See those harvest marks? And then you can see how the plant is starting to send up a center stalk to go to seed. And that's okay, because I've gotten tons of leverage from this one little plant. So I would say in general, what I've experienced here is that I can generally harvest from these plants at least 3 times before the flavor starts to change or the plant starts to go to seed. The way I always test it is I'll come out and say, look at this plant, and if I don't see a center stalk forming, but it just looks nice and pretty, then I'll just cut straight from it, and I'll see if the plant milks at all. So if you look right here, you can see how the plant is starting to produce a little bit of milk. That is lac something, and it's lactiva or something, I don't know. Anyway, it's like lactose basically is where the word comes from. And you can see it's doing it on the plant as well. That generally is a sign that the plant has moved out of its optimal growing stage for eating and is now moving into the seed formation part of its life. So when that happens and I see the milk, I'll just honestly take a little test. I'll taste it, and if it tastes really bitter, then I'll just decide this is going to be heading to the compost. This one doesn't taste that bitter, honestly, so I will probably use this for lunch today. What I found in general is that the red lettuces will usually last longer than the green, and that the romaine varieties of the green will usually last longer than the frilly or the softer, like butter type lettuces. So even at this point, when I can tell a lot of these lettuces are ready to go to seed and bolt, the truth is there's probably still at least one more harvest waiting for me in a lot of these plants. So I'll take the harvest that I can, and then I'll come back and remove these plants, fill the garden with a little bit more compost, and plant some more greens. We're now in a hotter part of the season, so most likely I'll plant this bed with something like arugula instead of these cooler weather sweet lettuces. So that's the answer to your question. About 3 or 4 times, as long as you're staying somewhat inside the optimal growing conditions. So 3 or 4 times would not be true if I planted these in the middle of the hot season, because lettuces just don't like it when it's super hot. But if I plant this in the cool season, I might get even more than 4 harvests out of these plants because they love the conditions that they're growing in and they're in no hurry to produce seed. So that's the answer, at least 3 or 4 times as long as the conditions and the season is optimal. That's how many times you can cut and come again in your super simple salad box. I hope this inspires you to grow your own salad. Listen, you absolutely should do that. If you haven't tried it yet, this is the best way, one of the best ways to get introduced to the garden. We have lots of resources on growing your own salad, and we talk all about this inside of our membership, Gardenary 365. You can learn more about it at the link below this video and come and grow salad right alongside of us. Thanks for watching. Bye.